Hey guys, so my name is Gianna and I'm 12 years old. I'll be 13 September 27th, and this is my new YouTube channel. So let's just go with the flow. But yeah, so what to do? I guess we could have girl talk. So, girls, you ever meet that one boy in your life when you just really like him? And then he becomes your best friend. Your boy best friend. And you like him all the way, and then he just leads you on and makes you think that he likes you too, but really he's just there to be your friend. I've went through that myself. It was terrible, and I mean terrible. I thought that this boy was going to be my husband, like literally. Met him in kindergarten. My crush started coming upon him when I was in about second grade, and I started to like him, and I didn't care. I let the whole school know that that was my crush. Like, literally, I was outside our recess and I just screamed it out loud, and everybody was just like, wow. So I liked him for a while, and then he would talk to me, and he lived where I live at the time. So we would go to church together on Wednesdays, sometimes Tuesdays, and we'd go outside, play with each other. Every summer after school, he would come to my house, knock on my door, ask my mom if I was allowed to come outside and play with him and his sister. And my mom didn't really care. She let him in. My mom loved him, and I mean, loved him. When I told her I had a crush on him, she was like, "Oh, you guys would be so cute, whatever." So she made a whole nickname up for him and everything. And then we would hang out a lot, and then my crush grew bigger on him. And this boy, we're just gonna call him Jake, but that's not really his name. We're just gonna call him Jake. So Jake led me on. He made me think that he liked me back, but he didn't. So here comes third grade, and I still have a crush on him, but some reason my crush grew stronger, and so us being little naughty kids, on Wednesdays when we went to church together, we had to ride this church van. So me, him, and our friends, because we both had the same friends. So we would play truth or dare, and they would dare us to kiss or hold hands or hug or whatever. And so we did, and I told him, I was like, we don't have to do that, and he did it. Anyways, he didn't care. So then we were, and then um like after us flirting or whatever, we went to the same school, but he's 2 years older than me and a grade higher than me. So it was harder to communicate during school, but outside of school it was completely different. We were best friends. I mean, best friends. And then third grade happens, and then I have a new friend, and of course what happened was Jack already knew that I liked him. So, according to my school, you had recess and lunch with the grade higher than you. And so he was in the grade higher than me, so I would have recess and lunch with him, but since we were in different grades in different classes, he would be on the other end, I would be on this end, and we would have no communication. But when we got outside for recess, it was a big field. We're all allowed to talk to each other and do whatever we want, basically. And we were walking around, we're just talking, just chasing him. I like to be the chaser back then. I was the cat, he was the mouse. So, basically what happened was my friend, we're gonna call her Elizabeth. My friend Elizabeth came. And, well, I walked away from Jake for a little bit, and I went to talk to my friends and his sister. And, I was telling them how, like, I had a crush on him or whatever. And they were, like, all happy and da-da-da, third graders. So then I looked over to spot him out again, and I see him flirting with my friend Elizabeth. And they're, like, talking or whatever. So I walk up to them, and I'm like, hey, and then I'm just like, what are you guys doing? She's like, to him, she goes, I'm standing next to him, she's in front of us, and she's like, I like you. And I was like, whoa, hold up. And I was like, he's mine. I liked him before you. I knew him longer than you, so yeah, he's mine. And then he's like, Gianna, calm down, whatever, da 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 da. I'm gonna go hang with her. So I'm like, okay, you guys can go hang, but I'm gonna be standing over here watching you. And I'm watching him play, and she's doing gymnastics, and I mean, they're backflips, cartwheels, da da da. I'm like, wow, okay. So they're doing that, and I'm just over here on the side, like, what is this girl thinking that she's doing with my man that I'm obsessed with? That's the whole thing was. So, and I was being too, we weren't even dating, and I was just clingy and annoying and ugly. So, yeah. And then, I don't know, he got annoyed of me, so he started hanging out with her, and she had braces. She was more country type, right? So I was like, okay, he liked those type of girls, so I'm gonna be like her. I didn't get braces, but I did start to dress like her. She was country, really, pretty much. So I started wearing like those little plaid tops and cowgirl boots and stuff to school, and I did my hair in different ways and whatever. Well, my mom did my hair, but and I tried, and I tried everything, and I mean literally everything. Excuse me, anything that could get me, to be more close with him, closer than what we already were because we were best friends. I dressed like the girls that he liked to hope that his attention will come to me. But that didn't work. So then 4th grade comes and we become better friends and we ride the same bus because we live at the same place, different houses. And I tried to sit close to him on the bus. It worked out a little bit, but then he had this cousin. Let's call him Luca. So his cousin Luca was older than him, but Luca was more like telling him to stay away from me and don't talk to me and all this type of stuff. So then I'm just like, okay, whatever, forget it. So then one day I'm walking from my teacher's homeroom to go to one of my other teacher's rooms to ask her a question. As I'm walking out, I see Jake. He's walking back to his classroom. And I'm like, oh, there goes my crush. I missed you. And he's like, yeah, I missed you too. So I'm like, okay, that's like, I got really happy. And I'm like, that's kind of weird though, because he never really talks to me like that. Like, he just thinks of me as a friend. So then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I go back in the room, and at the time, his sister was in my class. So I was like, oh my gosh, you'll never believe what just happened. And she was like, what happened? I was like, I just seen your brother in the hallway, and I was like, I miss you. And he said, I missed you too. So I was like, okay. And then bus dismissal happened, and I waited outside my classroom for him to walk by. I know this seems crazy, stalker girl, and I was. Not gonna lie. And I waited for him, and I seen him, but he was with his cousin Luca. So I go, did you really miss me? And then his cousin Luca was like, no, he didn't. And they just kept on walking. I'm like, okay.